Come on. I already admitted it. Do I have to admit it again? For like the third time? Since we got here? Uh, your ego is too much. And you're gonna crash one day. Okay, that's a lie. You're literally never wrong about anything, but one can hope maybe your ego can be humbled at one point, but in all seriousness, yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, it was really fun. I don't know. Sure, like a convention like that really isn't my thing, but it didn't that my enjoyment of the convention did not derive from it being my thing. It derived from seeing how much you enjoyed yourself, and seeing this like really this community that I've never really immersed myself in being so supportive of each other and having that level of camaraderie despite not knowing each other at all. I saw so many people stopping to talk to other people to like genuinely ask for directions or where certain panels were, or what like compliment each other's costumes and stuff like that. That is, you don't see that level of connection and willingness to interact with strangers on a daily basis, and I can't begin to tell you how refreshing that was to see. And the fact that you were so excited the entire time. Seeing you, I don't think there was a single moment where you stopped smiling. It was literally plastered all over your face. And so while I couldn't really get involved in the things that were happening, and it wasn't like my scene, I couldn't really, when you were having conversations with other people about certain things, I couldn't follow along, so I just kind of sat there. But I didn't need to follow along to see how passionate you were and how much you enjoyed being there. And I know that you would have felt less safe at a convention like that if you didn't have a guy there with you to help protect you in that regard. So I do get it. I really do. I do get it. And I appreciate you very much. And you were absolutely right. Even though I couldn't have predicted why I would have a good time there, I did have a good time there. You know what I mean? Well, if that's all you wanted to hear, I am so sure you won't ask me it again multiple times throughout the rest of the night, right? No, I know you will. I just kind of, wanted to tease you a little bit. I know it worked. You're blushing a little bit. No, but seriously, there is no reason for you to feel bad. It was awesome to see you having that great of a time. Like, in general interactions with like our friends, or like if we go to a coffee shop or a movie or something like that, you enjoy yourself, but you were unabashedly, completely and utterly yourself. It was the most awesome thing to witness. I don't think you've even been that comfortable around just me, and we've been best friends for years. So the fact that a community of strangers could make you feel that way, you know what I mean? That's just something else altogether that I very much appreciate. Yeah. Well, thank you for thanking me. That is the first time you've thanked me this entire trip. But I do really, really, really appreciate it. I wouldn't have done this for anyone else before. Yeah, no, I gotcha. I still wouldn't do this for anyone else, obviously. I don't know. I truly doubt, and maybe this is like not narcissistic, but a little bit, I don't know, not egotistical. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Ignorant, I guess, is the best way I can go about phrasing it. I love our friends. They don't have that true unbridled passion for things. I mean, most of them just kind of spend their weekends getting high and chilling. And once again, we're in our like early 20s. That's not a big deal. We still have time to, but right now, seeing you are the person who has passion. And as much as I like everyone else, I don't like surrounding myself with people who don't have passion and are willing to take action on that passion, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Yes, what I'm saying is you're just a little old sweetheart, and you have such a big heart in your little old heart, but it's little and big at the same time. No, I'm joking. And now we are in our home. Well, my home, not your home, but we're home. And I am so tired. Well, of course you're not tired. You didn't drive, you passenger princess. That's like going up to, like, you're watching someone do a marathon, right? And you say, then the guy, the person who does the marathon, they're like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. And then you say, no, I'm not really that tired. Yeah, of course you're not tired. You didn't run the marathon, goofball. And plus, as much as I did have fun watching you get the adrenaline high and get that pumping from being around people that you bonded with and you cherish, and with a hobby that you cherished, I didn't do any of that, so I don't have any adrenaline high going, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course you can. No, you know that. Yeah, sorry. I was going to say no questions asked, but then I just realized you said, can I ask a question? And then I say, of course you can, no questions asked. That would kind of maybe potentially, throw off the equilibrium and be like, oh, well, you just said no questions asked. Can I ask the question? I don't know. When I get tired, I have really stupid thoughts in my head and my brain goes brr. So, there's that. What? Of course. Did you not hear me say like all of it? All of the things that I said just now? Do you think that do you think in the tired state that I am, do you think I have the capacity to make all of, if not any of that up? Do you think I couldn't even come up with the saying right there? Do you think I have that ability? Of course I don't. So yeah, I meant all of it. Yeah. Seeing you light up genuinely makes me light up as well. I don't know what you're asking. You're kind of just looking at me and biting your lip, and I don't exactly know how to interpret that. Who cares? Who cares if you're embarrassed? No, 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 no. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Obviously, I care if you're embarrassed. What I'm trying to say is who cares about being embarrassed? That's life. We all get embarrassed. That's just how things go. But there's that Subway Takes interview with Austin Butler where he says like the most undervalued emotion is embarrassed, because you got to just go out. I'm so horribly butchering this, but you got to go out there and make those mistakes and be embarrassed in order to feel like the reward of like feeling good. You know what I mean? Like if you go out there and embarrass yourself, then you're feeling something. Yeah, I butchered it horribly. It's he of course says it really eloquently and in a super sexy voice, and I'm like, well, if you do something, then you do it. God. You get what I'm saying though. Be putting yourself out there to feel embarrassed means that you're still putting yourself out there. And putting yourself out there is one of the most important things you can do, because you never know what the long-term ramifications of that could be in a beneficial way, of course. Hey, take your time. We got lots of it. We got lots of time. We're here, you and me. I'm locked in. Even if you stopped and you're like, I don't really feel like saying it, you should probably leave. I'm not leaving. I'm here. I'm locked in until you get what you feel embarrassed about off your chest. Oh, that's what you're embarrassed about? You shouldn't feel embarrassed about that. I liked the way that you looked. So if you like the way that I looked at you, I like the way that you looked because of how passionate you were. And I like I said, you light me up. You light me up like a light bright. Remember those things? I always wanted one as a kid, but I don't know. It just, now I look back at it, what even was it? Right? Light bright, it's the light that's bright, or I don't know. Is that the... Anyways, I'm distracting away from the important point, and that is that I'm glad that you like the way that I was looking at you, because I was looking at you with admiration and happiness and seeing someone just so exuberant about something. We kind of live in a culture of nonchalance. We live in a culture where unabashedly putting yourself out there and showing how excited you are can be viewed as a weakness. And I think that's absolute horse crap. I think that's awful. I think that's one of the worst things that you can teach someone. I think that's one of the worst breeding grounds of our culture is the nonchalance epidemic. People need to be more chalant. People like we're gonna lose some of the greatest romantic poets, artists, lovers in the world to nonchalance. So yeah, I loved how chalant you were. It was really, 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 really awesome. I think you're great. Yeah. That wasn't the embarrassing thing? Well, it wasn't embarrassing in the first place, so that does make sense, but I have a feeling you're going to say something else. In which case, the floor is yours. That's it? Oh my, get your face out of your hands. Jeez Louise, you would think that you just told me like that you just literally let one rip right now. Or you this is the look after you let one rip, like really loud. Come on. You just said you think I looked cute looking at you? Okay. I thought you looked cute when I was looking at you. Now what? Now what happens? Huh? No. The goal of that was not for you to put your head further into your hands and cover it and squeak like a little mouse. The goal of that was to equal things out, but apparently I can't read the room. You are ridiculous. Yeah, you are a little ridiculous. And thinking I'm cute isn't like a bad thing. I think you're cute, and so now what? What happens now? Oh. More than cute. Unfortunately, I don't like jumping guns. That'd be horrible. What did that poor gun do to deserve to be jumped? Sorry, bad time for jokes. But it comes to the brain. You can't not say it. I'm going to use that one actually in real life around people. That's actually kind of funny. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm such an unserious human being. Yeah, continue with what you were going to say. More than cute. Okay. And we're for sure that's like the totality of the realization. Yeah. Duh. I think we have a lot of women uh friends in our group who are into men in some sort of way, correct? Think about how many of them I would do this for. The answer is none. Obviously, I have feelings for you too. This was relatively fresh, and I kind of wanted to make sure that I did, but yeah, I do. So you're not alone in that. There's no need to feel embarrassed. There's no need to feel uncomfortable. Excuse me. Sorry. That's so embarrassing. See, now we're even out. You got you committed confessed your feelings for me, and I burped, and that's about like equal. And I also I confessed my feelings for you after, but the burp kind of makes up the difference between the two. Yeah. I so okay, you've been staring in my eyes for like 10 seconds. If that's not permission to kiss you, I don't know what is. Okay. Well, I can tell you're looking a little bit nervous, so I'm going to break the tension real quick with something. You're going to love this one. Yeah. Two best friends in a room. They might kiss. Come on, say it. What? Promiscuous girl. I got what you want. No. But that's kind of our dynamic, no? We have fun. We enjoy being around each other. We like teasing. We like, just because we like each other, that doesn't mean that we inherently have to change the dynamic of who we are as people, right? So, first of all, wild jump to make, but I do agree. Now that I'm your boyfriend, what? Oh, come on, say it with that smug little smirk on your face. Come on, say it. Go ahead. This was a con the entire time for more cons, wasn't it? You're a con artist, con squared artist. You just want a big old burly boyfriend to drag around to these things so you can show him off and he can be your little protector. As if I wouldn't have done that anyways, just being your friend. But fine, if I can get some boyfriend benefits out of it, I would absolutely love to do that. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But slow down. We just got back. This was my first one. Let's take at least a couple weeks off. I know we're in the hub of like conventions and stuff like that, but I just kind of want to spend some time with you, get to know you on a more romantic level. Is that okay? For sure.